Today we are going to create our dynamic edit and dynamic delete button whenever you want to submit your this button. So now find the class. So this is the submit class. Okay, find this class inside your script section. So here is your class. You can so here is your class. Okay, so now you have this sections. You are receiving the data from your controller, you are parsing that data from JSON to JavaScript object, and you are creating the tr row. First of all, tr row. So first of all, go to your home controller and you are setting the tr. First of all, so go to your JavaScript section, create the tr section as well. This is the PHP scripts. You are not going to create like this. So copy these sections, and you can replace these sections like this. Tr, okay, because it's a class, so call the class, and you can copy this section, and this is the SDID. Okay, so now you have replaced your tr. You have to replace the dynamic name and dynamic email also. So copy this section, copy this class, replace with dynamic name, and you can also replace with dynamic td. Okay, and you can write your, so this is tr class, and this is the dynamic name. So here is your dynamic name, and this is your dynamic email. So here is your dynamic email. So now you are creating your dynamic sections, and go to your controller, refresh the page, delete some data. First of all, we are deleting some data because we are going to edit some data. So I'm saying John, and I'm saying john@hotmail.com, password is kk, hit the submit button. So now, because we are also creating a ID here, so you can also create your ID here. So copy this bad boy, replace this bad boy here, remove this because it's ID. Okay, so now refresh the page, and you can say John, again john@hotmail.com, password kk, submit the button. So now you are appending your data inside here. So hit the inspect element sections. You are assigning the dynamic classes to your TRs and TDs. So how can you edit your sections like this? Because the sections is contained with your encrypted ID, and you are not receiving the encrypted sections. So copy this method, find this method. So you have this method here, so you can, so you have this method here. Here's this method, open this method. So now, first of all, how can you do that? So first of all, you are receiving the associative array, you are converting the associative array inside the associative array into the JSON format. So before converting the JSON format, you must create your associative array, your another associative array. I'm saying another, this is the associative array, and I'm saying and I'm saying this is std id. Okay, just a second, I'm going to explain what's going on. So just comment these sections, because we are receiving the result into the associative array. I'm saying this is the associative array. Make sure associative array, sorry, we are receiving the associative array inside our array. So that's why we are saying we are accessing the zero array, zero element or zero index, and I'm saying stid and copy the bad boy because we are going to explain. So this is the name. So here is your name, and I'm saying here is the encrypted ID. I'm saying encrypt ID. So how can you encrypt your ID? I'm saying that this encryptions encrypt. Okay, we are encrypting our ID and we are saving, or we are going to save, or we are saving our ID inside our encrypted ID. So here is your name and here is your email, because we are receiving ID, name, email. So now we have just created our associative array. Make sure now you can echo out this associative array, not this. So this associative array echoing, make sure. So we are fetching the associative array in our zero index. So we are not saving, or we are not using the array. So that's why go to your custom.js sections and remove this zero, and also you can remove this zero as well. Okay, so now it should works, and make sure we are going to create our section, which is our anchor. So here is your td, and I'm saying this is the anchor. Just a second. So no need to create the dynamic class, because okay, so my var, and I'm saying the td starts here and ends here, and I am saying my vars starts here, and this is the anchor href. Okay, and I'm saying this, I'm closing this anchor here, don't worry. Okay, so now you are creating your just copy this out, paste here, because we are not going to send this href to anywhere. First of all, you have to write the text, data text. Second, you have to write the text id, and third, the class name. What is the class name? This is the class name of your section. Okay, edit and delete is the class name. So first of all, I'm going to create the edit sections, edit anchor, and make sure I'm saying the edit my var, I'm saying edit. Okay, so just copy this section and paste these sections here and also here. So this is the ID and this is a text field also. Okay, because we are sending the encrypted ID in encrypted ID, so that's why I'm saying encrypted ID, and this is the same ID which is this which we are sending from our controller. So okay, so now we have just created our edit sections, so we are going to create our delete sections, copy these sections and paste this section as well. And bad boy, and I'm saying this is the delete section, and I'm saying ID is also delete. So copy that delete ID, paste that delete ID. So this is the same thing. Okay, so now go to your controller, refresh the page, and now you can click the console button so you can find the errors. I'm saying John Alexander, sorry, John Alexander, I'm saying john@hotmail.com, password KK, and hit the submit button. So it's saying std id of undefined. Where is the error? You can std id is undefined because we are receiving the associative array, not the array. So here is your you can also delete this id. So good, because we have changed our script, JavaScript code. So go to your controller, refresh the page. I'm saying John Alexander, I'm saying john@hotmail KK, password, hit the submit button. Oh no, why it's giving us date? Because we also missing, where is the date? Here is our date. So we can also delete this bad boy. So go to your controller, refresh the page, because I forgot these things. I'm saying John Alexander, because it's also inserting, but we are making mistakes. So I'm saying John, I'm saying KK. So just hit the submit button. So now it's working fine. Why it's saying undefined in our undefined sections? So you can delete some code here because we are not receiving something here. Delete and delete. So it's saying undefined, we are not okay. Where is our ID? So here is our ID. We are creating our ID here. TD start, TD end, TD start, TD end. So here is your TD end, TR ending here. So I have to create another submit. So it's John. Okay, something is missing because we are okay. std id, std name, email, and this is also email. So why we are save? Because we are showing two records, KK, submit, and this is KK, undefined, and edit and delete. Why it's saying undefined? Because where is the KK? Just go to your CRUD sections and std id. Okay, we have this is the email, std email. Okay, so now we are making silly mistakes from our controller. So now go to your section and edit section, submit the button. It's saying 24 KK, email is KK, edit. Okay, we must fetch the date as well. So date, so go to your page and hit the enter button. So now, okay, we are okay, this is delete section, this is edit sections, and we are just creating the date sections at the end of this sections. So we must keep our delete sections here. Go to your page, refresh the page. So now you can see JJ and hit the submit button. Now it's saying it's working fine. You can also delete this elements you have successfully deleted, and now you can also delete and delete. You can refresh the page now and JJ, submit the button you have just created. You can delete, JJ is deleted and deleted and deleted. So now we have successfully created our edit, update and delete section using ajax in Codeigniter. So in the next lecture I'm going to explain what's going on each steps which we have just created. Thank you for watching.